Hello everyone. So welcome to our programming lectures. So in this video we are going to discuss about another data structure in R programming, that is factors. Now let us understand what is meant by a factor and how do you create a factor. Normally in R programming the factors are used to categorize the data. For example, so here I have given an example. For example, we have music. So we have different categories of music. For example, training. So different types of training like strength and stamina and so on. And demography like male or female and so on. So to categorize the data we have to use the function and we have to use the data structure, that is factor. And how do you create a factor? By using the factor function, right? For example, so let's see here I am creating a factor that is music genre. So you have to create a factor by using the factor function, and whenever you want to give the elements you have to use the C, and you can give the elements here, and the elements could be repeatable. Sometimes some of the elements will be repeatable. So let's create one factor. Suppose fruits, our factor name is fruits. So to create a factor we have to use a function factor, and within the C here we have to give the elements. For example, I am giving apple and I am giving banana, and again I am giving apple, and next I am giving guava. Total 4 elements is given and one is repeated for 2 times. So this is the way you have to create a factor. Now let's print the fruits factor. You see here you are getting an output apple, banana, apple and guava. And additionally it is giving levels. Levels means the elements. So how many number of levels is there? Total 3 elements is there. One is apple and another one is banana and another one is guava. Total 3 levels is there. So 3 levels has been displayed here. Even if you want to find out the levels of a particular factor, then you have to use the function levels. So levels of fruits, you see here what are the levels is available: apple, banana and guava. Even so we can do one thing, we can create the levels here itself. Within the factor function we can give the levels here. So for example, how many levels is there? 3 levels is there. You can give any number of levels. For example, here I am giving apple is one level, and banana is another level, and the third level is guava, and even I want to give one more level, that is melon. I'm giving the next level melon. Let's execute this. Yes, now let's check the levels of this particular factor. So total 4 levels is there. Levels is representing that the type of elements, the number of elements, the different type of elements that it is the factor is going to have. So the levels function, which is used to find out the levels, and adding the levels to the argument inside the factor. So as we have already discussed, so we can add the levels inside the factor function. So like this, here we can add the levels, and you can find out the levels that are available in a factor by using the levels function. And how do you find out the factor length? By using the length function, length, length of factor. What is our factor name? Fruits. Let's find out the length. Total 4 elements is there. You see here 1 2 3 4, 4 elements is there. You can find out the length by using the length function. And how do you access a factor? To access a factor we have to use the square brackets. So let's use fruits square bracket 2. What is the second element? Second element is banana. So you see the output, the banana is an output, and even it is showing the levels also. When the output is giving, it is showing the levels also. So this is the way you can find, access the vectors, access the factors of a particular, access the elements of a particular factor. And if you want to change the value, so then you have to use the index value. For example, you see here, suppose I want to give fruits of 2 So actually the second element is banana. Here I want to add melon. Suppose I will take the other element, that is kiwi. So the other element, that is kiwi, see here. So this is an invalid factor level because the level has not defined. This kiwi level is not defined. So then instead of kiwi you just add melon here. Melon, you just add melon. So it is taking. The second value it is taking. See here the second value is melon. Apple and melon. Previously it is guava. So why the kiwi is not taking? Because in the levels we don't have the kiwi. So whatever the levels that you have been mentioned when you are creating a factor, so that value you have to take it as a element. That is the main thing. So this is a way you can change the item. So this is already we discussed, right? Now let's see checking for a factor. Whether it is a factor or not, we can check the factor by using the is dot factor. So is dot factor of fruits. Yes, it is true. True. Next class, you can find out the factor by using the class function. Yes, the fruits is a factor. Suppose if you want to subtract one particular element, then you have to use hyphen. So our factor name is fruits within the square bracket. Suppose I want to subtract the second element. So here you see when you observe the output, the second element was subtracted. What is second element? Melon. Melon was subtracted. So this is a way you can subtract the element. Even you can modify the levels also. Suppose if you want to add some other levels, then you can modify. Means, for example, first let us find out what are the levels that are available previously. See, apple, banana, guava and melon. Now what I want to do is I want to modify the levels. Then to modify the levels, you take levels of fruits levels function. So here I want to modify. So to modify you have to use the C, and here what is the existing levels for a factor is levels of fruits. The first argument that you need to pass the existing factor levels, and the next one here I need to add kiwi as an level. Then enter. Then find out the levels of fruits. Now see here the kiwi was added. So this is a way you can update the levels of a particular factor. And the next important thing is ordering factor levels. So normally, so in the same thing here, when I have been created a factor here I just give the another argument, that is ordered. Suppose here I give another parameter ordered equals to true, which means that in which order you have been given the levels, the same order that you are getting, that you will get. Let's execute this. See here you are getting an order here, means so this one is small, the first one is small and the last one is bigger. So in the way you are giving within the levels, so this is treated as a small element, this is second small, so this is highest and this is next highest and this is next highest. This is the way you are going to get the ordering of the values. Even the ordering can be possible with the function also. So here you see, so this is the example. So as we already discussed, here I am passing the argument that is ordered equals to true I am giving. So you will get an output like this. Here you can observe the less than symbol. Even the ordering can be done with the help of the ordered function. So you see here what I am doing is, so here normally I am creating one particular vector. I am creating one particular vector and I am using the ordered function. So to give the order. So this is the way you can order the levels by using an ordered function. I hope it is clear to you. So thank you everyone.